Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Fadila Mauludia. I'm the 5th semester student of English Education Department. On today's video, I will present to you guys the impact of using technology in teaching English as a second language in order to fulfill my final examination task on ICT language. So without further ado, let's just hop into the video. So the first material will be technology in English teaching and learning. According to Davies and Hewer 2012, the new term technology includes communication techniques for language teaching in which the personal computer plays a central role. However, other technological tools that can be utilized in language learning besides computer, each technological tool has its specific benefits and application with one of the 4 language parts: speaking, listening, reading, and writing. However, in order to use this technique successfully, the ELL student should be familiar with using computer and internet and capable of interacting with these techniques. The effect of technology has become huge in teaching and learning the language in addition to the instructor role. In other words, the role of the instructor together with the role of the technology can lead to advanced learning result, according to Sharma 2009. So move on to the next slide. We have English language skills. So the first one is listening. According to Sarkabon 1999, listening is defined as the process of identifying and understanding the speech of the speakers. It involves understanding the speaker's accent or pronunciations, speaker's grammar and vocabulary, and comprehension of meaning. The listener should be capable of doing these 4 things at the same time. Therefore, listening is very important in the process of second language education. Listening is considered as a principal language skill. Through listening, people can acquire a large portion of their education, their information, their ideas, and their understanding of the world. There are several technical ways for improving the listening capability of the ELL student, which are summarized below. So the first one is use of computer. According to Hove 1999, the use of computer and listening problem provides students with the visual voice input which can exchange their information and ideas and develop their listening skills. Computer-based listening tests are very important in reinforcing the understanding skill of the listener. CD-ROM-based listening films can also provide significant advantage over the traditional methods. Finally, the internet voice chatting using the second language may also aid the communication capabilities of the student. So the second one is broadcasting. Listening to TV and radio educational language program is another technical way for developing and understanding ability. However, the listening student should be careful in selecting the specific program that are suitable for his or her needs. New satellite TV channels like the BBC are also useful for practicing with the audio and video media. So the third one is use of CD players. The use of CD player devices is another modern tool for listening comprehension. CD players are electronic instruments used specifically to run audio CD-ROMs. Lectures and listening examination can be saved on these audio CDs for later use by the ELL student. And the last one is use of tape recorders. Tape recorders are one of the oldest technical listening tools, and their use is rapidly decreasing nowadays. However, they still be utilized in certain cases and are attached with some English language learning textbooks. So next is the second English language skills is reading. So according to Constantine's 2007, reading is the process of understanding a written text by the learner. It is an important input skill which depends on the vocabulary and the background knowledge of the learner in the second language. During the reading process, the English language learner can improve his vocabulary and term, acquire new information and ideas, and enhance his real-world knowledge. Several methods can be utilized to improve the reading ability of the learner through the use of technology. Some of them are summarized below. The first one is use of computer reading-based programs. Computer can raise the internet of reading for learners by the use of simple and easy-to-understand text. Reading-based computer program can be used to improve the word vocabulary, fluency, and comprehension of the students. The second one is use of multimedia software. Multimedia are computer programs that use a mixture of the text, graphics, sound, video, and animation Multimedia computer program can increase the motivation for learners to develop their vocabulary and reading skills. So the third one is browsing the internet. According to Kenworthy 2004, the internet is certainly a modern technological way for a person who hopes to develop their English language skills. There are many internet websites prepared solely to enhance the reading abilities for a language English learner. There are also a huge number of resources available in the form of newspaper, magazine, journal, or even encyclopedia. And the last one is use of the electronic dictionaries. So according to Constantine 2007, stated that another modern way for improving the vocabulary of the learner focused on the utilization of electronic dictionary designed specifically for English language learners. These dictionaries have several built-in functions and tools that are not provided in book dictionaries. Electronic dictionaries are also easy to use and present quick tools for vocabulary acquisition. The next is the third English language skill is speaking. Human communication can be taking place between the speaker and the listener if only they understand each other. Both speaker and listener have a positive function to perform in simple terms. The speaker has to convert his message into spoken language, while the listener has to understand the language of the speaker. Inserting technology in learning English language speaking can take several forms as indicated in the following section. The first one, use of internet voice chatting. Chatting is the process of voice communication between the speaker and the listener through the internet. This process may be very beneficial to the listener if the other side speaker is a native language talker. And then the last one is use of speech synthesis program. Modern computer programs can generate voice signal and decode human sound. This type of program are defined as artificial intelligence computer program and can be a very useful tool for improving the speaking capability. Practicing with such program will strengthen vocabulary and pronunciation ability as well. And finally, the last of English language skill is writing. The writing process can be very difficult for learner of English language as they must do tasks like generating ideas, organization, and perfect use of grammar and vocabulary. Some of the technical ways for improving the writing skills for the ELL student are listed below. So the first one is use of computer. Computer can be used to develop the writing skill of English language learners. Writing statements and paragraphs in a foreign language can be very challenging for students. However, the use of computer and graphic-based program can make the writing task much easier and enjoyable, and can make them express their thought more clearly. Grammar skills can also be improved with the aid of the word processing programs. The learners can highlight a specific part of the written text through underlining, bolding, italicizing, or changing the font size and color of the text with the aid of this program, which have the capability of automatically checking and spelling the grammar. So the use of the computer as a tool in studying grammar is much more motivating for the student than the process of traditional writing with a paper and a pencil, according to Barra and Green 2003. So the second one is writing emails. Electronic mail is a modern way for writing and transferring messages through the internet. Using an email can be a very efficient means for improving writing skills. Students can use emails to learn how to respond to the incoming messages using some formal statements and meaningful language, according to Shanghai 1997. And then the last one is use of internet text chatting. Text chatting is another important technical method for developing writing ability. It provides an online and quick tools for writing and expressing thoughts, transferring ideas, and responding instantaneously with the other side writers. On this slide is showing case of study. The forum was given to arbitrary samples of students at the Department of English Language, College of Art, Al-Jabal Al-Gharbi University in Libya, and collected results shows the following. 60% of the students use technology in their life. 98% of the students believe that the computer can improve their English vocabulary. 96% of the students believe that using computer in a classroom increases students' interaction with learning. 75% of the students show that their teachers sometimes encourage them to use technology for learning English. 96% of the students believe that using computer will help them to develop their writing skills. 33% of the students show that their university has a good source of technology for learning English. 83% of the the students believe that the use of computer will improve their listening skills. 66% of the students prefer using technology to learn English language. 98% of the students believe that using technology will help them to learn English language faster than other ways. And on to the next slide, we got analysis of the result. So the result of the case study showed that the most of the students prefer to use technology, especially computer, in developing their second language skills. However, it seems that the technical capabilities of their college are most poor, and there were a weak tendency for encouraging students to use technology in the classroom lesson. And finally, the last slide is conclusion. Using technology in learning a second language has become a real necessity nowadays. This paper has reviewed briefly how technology can be utilized in developing the language skills of the learners. Different methods for using technology in improving the foreign language skills were discussed thoroughly. A case study was also carried out to estimate the acceptability of some students for the utilization of technology to enhance their language skills. And then finally, we've reached our final slide, which also ended our material today. Thank you guys for listening and thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys understand, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.